You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc.
Okay.
The Indiana Fever basketball organization has made significant roster adjustments following recent player injuries that have impacted their lineup. The team has been dealing with serious setbacks as two key players, Sydney Colson and Lexi McDonald, are currently sidelined with injuries requiring them to use mobility aids during recovery. Recent practice footage shows both injured athletes struggling with their rehabilitation, McDonald using a mobility scooter due to a leg injury sustained from intense gameplay. These health concerns have created emotional moments for supporters witnessing their favorite players in such challenging conditions. The severity of these injuries has heightened the importance of the current season for the franchise.
Okay, because she's brilliant, right? That's why she's wreaking havoc. Because she is so good. Now, LeBron James, maybe the best basketball player ever, he's been watching this situation. Go.
You know, there's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's anticipated return has faced delays. Initial expectations suggested she would rejoin team activities sooner, but latest updates indicate her comeback timeline has been pushed back. The organization requires Clark to complete 2 full team practice sessions before she can officially return to competitive play. Head coach Stephanie White confirmed that Clark has not yet participated in group training sessions, though she continues individual conditioning work. To address these roster gaps, the Fever has signed Odyssey Sims as a temporary replacement player.
Playing the professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders.
All right, just to be clear, Caitlin Clark is being fouled at a record rate. Some of them are brutal fouls, and a lot of the refs are looking the other way. And the women fouling her are doing it on purpose.
During her initial media appearance, Sims expressed enthusiasm about joining the organization. She described learning about the opportunity over the weekend and traveling to join the team on Sunday. When asked about adapting to her new environment, Sims emphasized her experience transitioning between different teams throughout her career. She highlighted her defensive capabilities and willingness to fulfill whatever role the coaching staff requires. The veteran guard acknowledged the challenging circumstances surrounding the injured teammates, expressing support for their recovery.
The women fouling her are doing it on purpose. Now, I can't read minds, but it does have a racial aspect to this. But I could be wrong. Joining us now from England is Sean McLean. He's the founder of Origin Advocacy. He wrote a piece in a Wall Street Journal about all this that caught my attention. Number one, what's Origin Advocacy? What is that?
Origin Advocacy is a Washington, D.C.-based consulting and lobbying firm.
Sims discussed her anticipation for upcoming games, noting her excitement about playing before Indiana's passionate fan base, though admitting some nervousness about performing in front of large crowds. She described her first day with the organization as positive and expressed eagerness for future opportunities. Regarding her playing style compatibility with the team's approach, Sims indicated confidence in her ability to adapt quickly to new systems. She mentioned her comfort with fast-paced basketball, which aligns with the Fever's preferred tempo. Her extensive professional experience helps her adjust to new offensive and defensive schemes efficiently.
It's a DC-based consulting and lobbying firm. We help clients figure out how to best engage the federal government.
Okay, so you're basically a consultant to various individuals. Is there an ideology attached to you?
So I worked in government for nearly 15 years. So I'm very limited government. I'm conservative. I've worked for Marsha Blackburn, Ted Cruz, and in the Trump administration, including the Trump White House.
Okay. Now, what caught your attention about Caitlin Clark?
The point guard acknowledged the unique nature of her current situation, expressing amazement at the opportunity to represent the Indiana Fever organization. She emphasized her commitment to maintaining a positive attitude while contributing meaningfully to the team's playoff preparations as the regular season concludes. When questioned about learning new offensive systems mid-season, Sims explained that coaches are gradually introducing plays to avoid overwhelming her with information. She's studying basic sets initially while reviewing additional concepts independently. She accepted that mistakes might occur during the adjustment period as she learns new terminology and schemes.
Now, what caught your attention about Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark has had a seismic impact on the WNBA ever since she first joined. Merchandise sales increased over 600%, league app engagement over 600%, subscriptions to the league pass over 400%, and the team she plays for, the Indiana Fever, tripled in value. But despite all that success that she's immediately had, the league has basically looked the other way as she's been targeted on a weekly.
Head coach Stephanie White praised Sims' abilities during her own media session. White highlighted the guard's driving skills, playmaking ability for teammates, shooting accuracy, and ball handling speed. These qualities address current team needs following the roster changes. White discussed the benefits of adding experienced players mid-season, particularly at the point guard position. The coaching staff focuses on essential plays and concepts when integrating new team members, ensuring they understand both offensive and defensive responsibilities.
Been targeted on a weekly basis, and that targeting is putting her career at risk.
Go tell me what targeting means. What does that mean?
So she is taking on harder fouls and at a higher rate than any of her peers. So it turns out that in her rookie season, she absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls or hard fouls, more than double the rate of any of her peers. This is not something that you would see occur to any other top star in any other league.
The current schedule break provides valuable opportunities for rest and recovery following recent road games. Additionally, it allows time for proper integration of the new player while addressing areas needing improvement through focused practice sessions. White emphasized the advantages of signing a proven veteran like Sims, whose reputation and skill set are well established throughout the league. This familiarity makes the integration process more efficient compared to unknown players. Regarding Clark's recovery progress, White provided updates on her conditioning routine.
Any other league. And I think a lot of fans are scratching their heads of why the league is allowing this to continue, especially given the economic impact that she's having on the league, which they've so desired for decades.
Yeah, but you're not scratching your head, Sean. What do you think it is?
Right after she was drafted and heading into her rookie year, Asia Wilson, who is a three-time MVP of the league, she's won the championship for the Las Vegas Aces. She came out and addressed the attention.
Clark has increased her full-court running activities while gradually building endurance and court movement capabilities. However, she has not yet returned to team practice sessions. The coach praised her current roster's character and resilience throughout these challenging circumstances. She noted their ability to maintain focus and support each other despite multiple setbacks. The team has demonstrated consistency in their approach, avoiding extreme emotional reactions while maintaining belief in their capabilities.
9 assists or 10 assists that game.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple-double. And, is the only reason her team's in the game. And let's be real, in the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark Stephanie White made sure to give out about Caitlin Clark not passing the ball to Dantas. We've seen Damiris Dantas play. She can't shoot. Why would Caitlin Clark pass the ball on an all-time heater to Dantas?
This just this last game.
White emphasized how adversity has revealed positive qualities within the group, highlighting their daily energy and attitude despite difficult situations. While sympathizing with injured players, she expressed optimism about opportunities for other team members to contribute in expanded roles. The organization also recently honored Lynn Dunn, a legendary figure in women's basketball, recognizing her contributions to the sport and her inspiring influence on current players and the broader women's athletics community. Marina Mabrey finds herself in damage control mode following intense scrutiny over her aggressive contact with Caitlin Clark, particularly after a widely circulated Wall Street Journal piece highlighting workplace hostility concerns within the WNBA. The incident that sparked controversy occurred during the third quarter when Clark received an eye poke from Connecticut Sun player J.C. Sheldon during defensive action.
It's just this last game this year. I started the fourth quarter off with like 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me, and she was like this is like a learning moment. Like, you got to be able to, like, yes, like maybe it could have been there, like maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass, maybe they could have caught it, but like, do we need that in this moment? Like,
I mean this when I say this. I would rather Caitlin Clark if Caitlin makes 4 of those.
This contact triggered a brief altercation between Clark and Sheldon, with Sheldon continuing to press forward aggressively while Clark attempted to create distance. The situation escalated when seasoned Connecticut player Marina Mabrey charged forward and delivered a forceful body check that sent Clark tumbling to the court surface. This wasn't merely a push. Mabrey launched her entire frame into Clark's body with significant force. The collision resulted in multiple technical violations and prompted Indiana Fever's Sophie Cunningham to retaliate by grabbing and wrestling Sheldon to the ground in the following quarter. 2 days following the collision that reverberated throughout women's basketball circles, Mabrey expressed frustration during an Instagram live stream, stating, "Damned if I do, damned if I don't," when viewers criticized her actions against Clark.
Those crazy passes and 2 of them come off and 2 of them don't, I would rather her make that pass 4 times, because if those passes come off, it's a guaranteed 2 points. If they don't come off, you might concede. It is literally a mentality of playing not to lose or playing to win. And it's very clear that Caitlin Clark's mentality is, we're playing to blow teams out. Whereas Stephanie White's mentality, you can see it by how they played, especially with Caitlin. Stephanie White's mentality, we saw, was why they were blowing so many.
During a recent August 10th conversation with Sportska's Mark Medina, Mabrey provided her perspective on the controversial contact. She believes the penalty escalated to a flagrant 2 violation primarily due to fan outrage rather than the severity of the action itself. Initially receiving only a technical foul, Mabrey maintains indifference toward the consequences. Mabrey emphasized her lack of intent to injure anyone and denied targeting specific players based on personal animosity. She referenced her previous relationship with Clark, noting their competitive history, including playoff matchups, where Clark had similarly sent her into the sideline seating area during quarterfinal action.
Played, especially with Caitlin. Stephanie White's mentality, we saw, was why they were blowing so many 4-quarter leads. She tried to dribble the clock out. Stephanie White wants to dribble the clock out in the 4th quarter. And that's her natural instinct, is to dribble the clock out in the 4th quarter.
like, no. And then she subbed me back in, and there was a play where I kind of got a steal, and like we're going in transition, and Kelsey Mitchell just like takes off down the middle of the floor. And so there's like 2 people kind of by her, and I literally like go to grab the ball.
Any coach.
According to Mabrey, both players simply competed hard without harboring grudges afterward. However, the critical distinction lies in timing. When Clark previously made contact with Mabrey, active gameplay was occurring. During Mabrey's incident with Clark, no basketball action was taking place, making the contact questionable as a legitimate basketball move. Mabrey acknowledged potential overreaction while defending her teammate who was being confronted. She insisted the action stemmed from protecting Sheldon rather than personal hatred toward Clark, claiming such behavior.
Any coach, and I mean this, any coach that makes the best passer in the WNBA not either give the ball to Kelsey Mitchell for an open layup or hit Sophie Cunningham for an open 3-point shot should not be listened to. The right thing, there's 2:25 to go. This is a 12-point game. The game is as good as over, but Caitlin has 2 choices to basically give them a basket. They can dagger the shot. At this stage, I don't care. I don't care. You've won the game.
The timing of these comments appears significant given the explosive response to the Wall Street Journal article examining hostile workplace conditions surrounding Clark in the WNBA. The piece gained tremendous traction across major media platforms, appearing on Fox News programming including weekend and daytime segments, with personalities like Brian Kilmeade and others discussing the allegations extensively. 3 specific incidents have drawn particular attention as examples of non-basketball related aggression. Kennedy Carter's controversial collision with Clark during last season's Chicago Sky matchup, Diamond DeShield's safety-style tackle on Clark while she ran down court, also against the Sky, and Mabry's body check following the Sheldon eye contact incident. While other physical plays involving Angel Reese and similar players contained questionable elements, those at least occurred during active basketball sequences.
At this stage, I don't care. I don't care. You've won the game anyway. You have to do really dumb shit to lose the game. But like, there's no reason why Caitlin needs to take that dribble with the right hand. Caitlin Clark should have thrown the ball into this area here for Kelsey Mitchell to grab. Best case scenario, it's a right hand layup for Kelsey Mitchell, wide open. Worst case scenario, Sabrina Ionescu helps in. You got a wide open Sophie Cunningham, and then the ball's kicked to Sophie Cunningham, and she's either wide open for 3 to shoot it, or she can hold the ball. The best case scenario is 2 points. It does not matter how much of the shot clock you.
The 3 highlighted incidents stand apart because they happened outside normal game flow. These situations have strengthened arguments supporting hostile workplace environment claims within the league. Potential solutions might involve bringing WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, and involved players before oversight committees for questioning sessions similar to those seen in other professional sports when controversies arise. Clark deserves to compete in a safe professional environment.
You burn in a 12-point game, it is better that you are up 14 than up 12.
And then I like just dribble out and I like literally just start smiling so big and I look at Steph.
She starts smiling when she makes an actual dumb play. Like, that's actually a dumb play to make. I'm sorry, like, we played the percentages. What is the likelihood that Caitlin Clark makes an assist to Kelsey Mitchell on that break? 85%. 85%. And the difference is, do you want to know what the difference is? Is that Caitlin gets a...
While intense physical play will likely continue as part of competitive basketball, the extracurricular activities that clearly fall outside legitimate game action need addressing through proper enforcement. Mabry's recent attempt to explain and minimize her actions suggests concern about potential consequences now that serious discussions about federal oversight have emerged. The incident she's trying to rationalize involved no active basketball play whatsoever. The severity of such contact outside sports context would likely result in legal consequences in many jurisdictions. Assault or battery charges could apply to similar actions in civilian situations.
The difference is, do you want to know what the difference is? Is that Caitlin gets a steal, dribbles in, hits Kelsey Mitchell, the crowd gets hyped. Is a crowd going to get hyped when you start dribbling the ball at the halfway line? And by the way, Caitlin's more likely to lose the ball trying to dribble in space in an isolation situation on Natasha Cloud than she is passing the ball to Kelsey Mitchell in that scenario. She had back-to-back turnovers. That turnover to Aaliyah Boston was a good pass. Aaliyah fumbled it. That's not Caitlin's fault.
And I like told her after the game.
That better be on film.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't understand how hard it was for...
Professional athletes shouldn't operate under different standards regarding unprovoked physical aggression. The league's reluctance to impose meaningful discipline appears rooted in concerns about social and political backlash rather than proper governance. Officials seem hesitant to take strong action against players due to fears of being labeled discriminatory, leaving Commissioner Engelbert avoiding decisive leadership. This administrative weakness has allowed problematic behavior to persist unchecked.